To tax or not to tax? That is the question. In this month of June, this is the extended filing for income taxes. So I hope that as you watch this video, nakapag-file na kayo ng income tax. And of course also yung business tax. No? So yan ang babantayan nyo, no? Because we don't want yung mga surcharges na yan and yung mga penalties. No? Speaking of which, no? We're going to talk in this session kung ano yung mga itatax natin dun sa hindi. So under the strain law. So ano yung mga exempted with regard dun sa income tax as well as the business tax. My name is Alfred Quinsay. Welcome to ACCQ Continuing Professional Education. Now, in this new set of train law, meron tayong mga pagbabago rito, no, under the train law, no? Number one is that yung bracket is supposed to be is 7 yung tax bracket, ngayon 6 na lang. Kung mapapansin nyo, under the previous na individual tax, 10,000 nag-uumpisa. So, over 10,000 may tax na. Pero ngayon, wala nang tax yung 10,000 pesos. Now, makikita rin natin dito sa under this new train law is that the exemption is 250. The threshold is 250,000. So instead of 10,000. So saka ka palang itatax pag lumagpas na ng 250,000 yung income mo. And then the third one, it sets the highest amount of taxable income at more than 8 million. So itatax siya at 35%. So kung mapapansin natin dun sa dati kasi ang pinaka doon, pagka umabot ka ng 500,000, more than 500,000, you would be automatically taxed at 125,000. Now, in excess of the minimum range of the previous tax law, no? So, for example, 8 million. May 8 million ka na taxable income less 500,000. So, yung 7.5 million will be taxed by 32%. So, roughly, pagka inad mo yun, including the 125,000, you would be taxed around, guesstimate ko lang, no? Pero pwede mo subukan dyan sa calculator mo, sa cellphone mo. You'll be taxed about around 2,525,000. Yan, guesstimate lang yan, no? So, paano nakuha yun, by the way? Pagka kasi 500,000 yung pag over 500,000 yung income mo dati, previous to train law, meron kang automatic na tax na 125,000. Now, in addition to 125,000, magbabayad ka pa ng 32% of the excess of your taxable income over the minimum range of 500,000. So kung 7.5 million yung minimum range, that is the difference between 8 million and 500,000. So multiply mo pa yun by 32%. So yung makukuha mo doon na sagot, i-plus mo doon sa 125,000, that's 525,000. Check it out. And yung under the VAT ngayon, no? It's only about kung 35,000, ito hindi ko na memorize to, so paki-compute mo na lang, no? Yung 8 million, no, merong i-multiply mo yon by 35 or that's 490,000 over and then yung excess nung 8 million i-multiply mo naman doon sa 35%. So roughly around 2,412,500 yung tax lang. So about 100,000 din yung difference between the pre-train law and the train law pagdating doon. And the next feature is that it repeals the provision of the basic personal and additional exemption. So wala na po tayong mga basic exemption, yung mga personal exemption. May nagtanong sa akin, tinanong niya na kung meron pa raw meron pa raw basic personal exemption or yung additional exemption sa mga anak, yung sa mga head of the family, gano'n. So under the train law, wala na yon. Why? Because naka-integrate na siya dun sa 250,000 na threshold. Kasi dati 140,000, 150,000 pa lang yung yung gross yung taxable income mo, no? I mean 150,000 pa lang yung income mo, itinatax ka na ron. Tapos saka ka pa lang magbabawas kung ano man yung mga basic personal exemption mo, no? Whether you're married, single or pero ngayon wala nang ganon since tinaas na yung ating threshold sa individual income tax to 250,000. And the other feature, the next feature is that it retains the income tax exemption, yung mga minimum wage earners. So wala na pong tax yung mga minimum wage earners. So if the minimum wage earner is magkano ba? Pagpalagay natin na nasa mga 600 pesos yung minimum wage ngayon per day. So given the 24-day per month, no, yung working days, so that would be around 14,000 something, no? And then kung i-multiply mo yun by 12, so that's about 172,000. So way below dun sa threshold na 250,000. So wala na, definitely wala silang tax na babayaran. And even if you're not a minimum wage earner, no, basta hindi dumagpas ng 250,000 yung kinikita mo sa loob ng isang taon, wala kang babayaran tax. Especially if you're an employee, hindi mo na kailangan mag-file, no? Kasi naka-withhold na yung employer mo na yung gumagawa nun. Or if you are an employee, if you practice your profession, na magpa-file ka na pero hindi ka magbabayad ng tax, no? If it's below or 250,000 and below. And the next feature is that it's also retains yung exemption, yung mga de minimis benefits. So yung mga de minimis benefits, ito yung mga pa-uniform sa mga empleyado. So wala pa dati, walang tax yun, hanggang ngayon sa train wala pa rin. And also yung mga contributions sa SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, so those are tax exempt. So wala silang so those are non-taxable. And the next one is that it increases the amount of tax exempt benefits, ceiling yung mga 13th month pay, no? So ginawa ng 90,000 yung threshold. Dati from 82,000 ginawang 92,000. Nabutan ko pa nun yung 30,000 pa nga eh. Over and above 30,000 back then, saka ka palang itatax dun sa 13th month mo. So yung exempted lang yung under 30,000 and under. So sa ngayon, it's tinaasa sa 90,000. And the last one is yung sa it imposes 20% final tax on the PCSO and Lotto winnings over 10,000, exceeding 10,000. And speaking of the other business tax, no? So ito naman yung mga other features which is implemented under the new train law. So it increases the VAT exempt threshold from 1,919,500 to 3 million. So katulad na pag-usapan natin nung nakaraan yung sa renta, no? So itatax ka pa lang o magiging VAT payable ka pa lang pag nag-exceed na sa 3 million yung gross receipts mo or yung sales mo for the whole year. No? Dati 1,919,200, no? Over that magbabayad ka na ng VAT, pero ngayon itinaas na sa 3 million. And the next one is that it also increased the threshold, especially sa mga rents, no? Speaking of rents, no? So if you want to check that video, no? So there's a link somewhere here, no? Na from 12,800 ginawa ng 15,000. So pagka over 15,000 yung rent mo dun sa per unit mo, and then umabot o lumagpas ng 3 milyon yung sales mo or yung grocery sales mo sa loob ng isang taon, no, saka ka pala magbabayad ng VAT. So dalawang ano yun, dalawang conditions yun, must be more than 15,000 and more than 3 million yung sales mo or yung sa grocery sales mo dun sa rent for the whole year in order to become liable sa value-added tax. And the last one would be ito yung reduces the VAT exempt threshold from 3,199,200 to 2 million yung mga house and lot na halimbawa nagbenta ka ng house and lot, no, so binaba na yung threshold doon para maging VAT liable ka, so 2 million na. Another feature of this trade law is that yung mga kasama doon, yung mga retention, yung mga na-retain doon sa value-added tax transactions, no? Example of that, yung raw material, raw agriculture, and marine products. So those are VAT exempt. Another one is yung educational services, like yung sa mga schools, no? Especially now, no? I mean, a lot of schools are willing or absorbing yung impact, no, ng kasi yung mga enrollees right now, no, especially online, so medyo kumbaga yung impact, no, so exempted na sila sa dati dun sa VAT, no? So much more so ngayon, no, I mean. And of course in the senior citizens, of course they're VAT exempt, so alas yung sa health service. Speaking of health service, no, yung mga sa health sector, no, especially now during the pandemic, no, so they need more support, no? So one way is pagdating sa tax, no, hindi na sila pinapatawan ng value-added tax. And of course, yung sa cooperatives, and lastly, our brothers and sisters, mga persons with disability, so PWDs. And another one, and the last feature, no, which we can highlight in this particular video, hindi naman kasi lahat mala-highlight natin. So yung lang mga, kumbaga yung mga sa tingin natin significant features, no? Like yung sa inclusion of VAT exempt, so yung dinagdag ngayon ng mga VAT exempt, like for example, sale of gold sa BSP. Next is yung sale of drugs and medicines, yung mga prescribed medicines, no, para dun sa mga may hypertension, sa may yung mga high cholesterol and diabetic, no, so these are VAT exempt since 2019 pa, January 1, 2019. And yung mga association dues, homeowners dues, those are VAT exempt. And yung transfer of property in pursuance of a plan of merger or consolidation. Now, in order to reinforce these policies, no, I have prepared an example using Mr. A. So Mr. A is an officer of AMS International Corporation, earned in 2019 an annual compensation of 1,200,000 inclusive of 13th month and other benefits in the amount of 120,000. So ibabawas natin yan. Pero hindi lahat ng 120,000. Only yung maximum hanggang 90,000 katulad ng napag-usapan natin kanina. Aside from employment income, he owns a farm. And so we'll take note of that, no? Ito ba VAT exempt? Kasama ba ito? Itatax ba ito? O what? No? With the gross sales of 3,500,000, medyo mataas doon sa threshold na doon sa VAT, no? So, na siya, kung qualified siya sa VAT in terms of the amount because it's more than 3 million. His cost of sales and operating expenses are 1,600,000. So, itong cost of sales, pag sinabing cost of sales, ito yung mga direct cost dun sa sales, dun sa farm niya. And dun sa mga, yung sa mga operating expenses, ito yung mga overhead, like for example, yung mga maintenance, yung mga pasweldo niya dun sa kung sino man yung mga manggagawa doon. So those are operating expense. With non-operating income of 100,000, so meron pa siyang additional income or non-operating income. So his income tax due for 2019 shall be computed as follows. So ito yung pinapaka-abang-abangan mo, no? So total compensation income, 1,200,000. Ayun. take note, sa sweldo pa lang niya to, no? Less non-taxable 13th month and other benefits. So, this is the maximum, 90,000. So, of course, hindi na, over and beyond 90,000 would be taxable na. So, ito lang yung babawas mo. So, meron kang taxable compensation income of 1,110,000. Now, you add there yung taxable benefits from business. Okay, so, gross sales, 3 million. Now, mapapansin mo, bakit natin ina-add yung sa business? No? But yung sa mga dati, hindi. The reason being is that this may qualify as a VAT transactions is over 3 million. However, yung farm, yung sa agriculture, these are VAT exempt. So these are simply exempted from business taxes. So isasama natin ngayon dun sa dun sa pag-compute ng dun sa under the graduated income tax. So yung gross sales niya 3.5 million less cost of sales 1 million. So you have gross income of 2.5 million less operating expenses of 600,000. So you get net income from operations of 1,900,000. Add yung non-operating income of 100,000, then you get a total of 2 million. So i-add mo lang yung compensation income na 1,110,000 and the 2 million na nakuha mo dun sa business income niya. Okay, so that would be a total income of taxable income of 3,100,000. And then from there on, okay, so yan, para makita mo. Yan, so ang tax due niya is, makikita mo yan under the train law, nandito yung bracket niya. Over 2 million, but not over 8 million. So meron siyang automatic tax na 490,000. Now, in excess of 2 million, so 3,100,000 less 2 million, which is the minimum bracket, yung difference niyan, no, which is I think that's about let me see, that's about 1,100,000, 1.1 times 1.1 million times 32%, so that would give you 355,200. So i-add mo lang yung automatic tax na 490 dun sa 355,200, and he will have a total income tax due of 845,200. Yun. Okay, so if you have any questions, now you may write down your comments or any topic that you want to be discussed in the future. No? Not only for taxation but also with accounting or any subject matters involving business. So we're still in GCQ, so please take care of yourself, stay safe, and God bless.